Hi guys, it's Vanessa Aitken from 360 Coaching and Stress Management. Recently I've been doing a lot of posts and a lot of writing on chronic stress and anxiety. And I thought today I'd switch it up and I'd do a video. Make it a bit more interesting and a bit more interactive. And the reason why I am doing this video is because I am very passionate about stress and anxiety because it's something that I experienced for over 30 years. So I know a little bit about feeling chronically stressed and a little bit about feeling really anxious. So it's now something that I dedicate my life to. I support people through that cycle of chronic stress and worry into a life of calm and happiness, which is what we all want. So today I'm going to get all Oprah-ish on you and I'm going to talk about what I know. Specifically, what I know about stress and anxiety. I know a little bit, having experienced anxiety for a long time, and I would really like to share just 5 things with you today that I support some of my clients with. So the first thing is, I know that at times anxiety and stress can be so overwhelming and so controlling, and you feel that you have no control whatsoever. I used to feel that I had no control whatsoever. I was completely at the mercy of this thing called anxiety and this thing called chronic stress. But what I also know is that you can get back in control and you can lead that calm, happy, relaxed life that you want. What I also know is that it doesn't get better by itself. There's only one person who can change your situation, and it's not your husband, it's not your wife, it's not your mum or your dad, it's not your sister or your brother, it's not your children, it's not your boss, and it's not your friends. The only person left is you. And I never used to believe this. I used to think it was other things that had to change in order for me to feel calm and relaxed. It's not the case. It was and it's always going to be me. And it's the same with you. And you might not believe that you can do it, but trust me, you can. I am not a special person by any means. But if I can do it, you can do it too. What I also know is that the more you focus on feeling stressed and anxious, the more it grows. So I used to always think, I don't want to feel stressed, I don't want to feel anxious, I don't want to feel panicky. But guess what? I felt more stressed, more anxious, and more panicky, because what you focus on is what you get. Recall a time in your life when you really wanted something and then all of a sudden you saw this thing everywhere. It's because you were focusing on that unconsciously. And it's the same with stress and worry. It becomes an unconscious focus and we just bring more of it into our life. Another thing that I know is that anxiety and stress become a label. We get labeled stressed. We get labeled anxious. Our doctor says, yes, you've got an anxiety disorder. Your doctor says, yes, you're stressed. Your husband or your wife or your family says, yeah, he's a pretty anxious person, or she's a pretty stressed out person. Well, you then start living up to that label. You start being an even more stressed person. You start being an anxious person, and it becomes part of your personality. I also know that you can change that label. You can go from being a very anxious person. I used to describe myself as a very anxious person. I've got no interest in being an anxious person anymore. And what I did is I just changed my label. I went from being a very anxious person to, yeah, I'm a smidge concerned about that, to, I feel a bit tickled about that. And then I didn't have a label anymore. So I would suggest changing your label. So that's 5 things that I know about chronic stress and anxiety, that it can feel really overwhelming. I know that it's only going to get better by itself. The more you focus on it, the more it grows. Change your focus and it changes. And the last one, which was it becomes a label. So I would really love your comments. I would really love to know what you thought about what I've just said. If you agree with it or if you disagree with it, please shoot me a comment. I'd love to know. And I look forward to hearing from you and posting more for you next time. I'm Vanessa from 360 Coaching and Stress Management. I'll see you soon.